Tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. When how are you? My daughter further. So I was last time that no, I just I just don't want to spill coffee on you.
That's all right.
Oh, really? What?
Kristen and I, with his presentation and my presentation. Because we're not seeing role play, they're saying role play, practice, script, practice.
That.
So I think I'm gonna come to this.
Hello.
Yeah, we haven't seen it around the car. I meant to call the other day because I know you have two little girls. Like, how does she do it? I need to get you pointers. I have one son that I help with and I'm starting struggling. So,
I know, I was gonna tell you that video that you sent out about the.
You guys have business cards on?
it
you?
is.
I would
Let me
say
go Kristen over there and see what I can do.
Anybody else would like? Hello, we got team player, and we got over here, so you can all collect those as well. I've actually got a box over here for ballots, so I'll give you ballots. Let me know if they need. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Yo, Mama Mo trick. So, good morning. Really? Good morning. Yay. We're gonna start on time. Thank you for being here and being on time. We are collecting your business cards. If you would like to participate in book drawings, at least while I'm here doing these things. And one of them might be about business and one of them might be about something in your personal life. And I'm finding more and more that all those things interact together, right? So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to. And if you win, then we'll take your card out and we'll give other people a chance to win over the next few weeks. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we're going to get started. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at people that have only been here this as their first time. So we're going to all turn and look at you and then clap and let you introduce yourselves and all that good stuff. So if this is the first time that you've ever been at one of our KWB team meetings, would you please stand? Yes, we're going to do a lot of standing and recognizing people today. Anybody? First timers? You've got to be kidding me. No one? Okay, oldies. We'll just keep on moving then. So there's an opportunity there, is there not? Yeah, opportunity for first timers to get them here. All right, thank you, bucket fills. I said last time that by the end of this, you guys really realized what a bucket fill was. Oh, stand up, stand up. There's the first two. Yes.
I just want to thank Liz was amazing. She sent me a written heartfelt card this weekend that I just thought was so sweet. So wherever Liz is, thank you.
There. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes.
Well, my glory's almost been stolen. My bucket fill is for Liz also. This weekend, as I was dealing with unruly clients and a dog who just had surgery, I got a card that reminded me why I'm in this business and how much the office appreciates me. I got two cards, one from the office and one handwritten by Liz. And thank you. Thank you. You don't know how you made my day and changed me from wanting to quit.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yay. Anybody else? Two more. Any bucket fills? Going once. Come on, people. I know there's some bucket fills in this room. All right, Charlene, and then back there. And remind me of your name. Julie, right? Okay. I was gonna say
coming,
Julie,
I'm
and I thought, oh, I better ask first. All right, Charlene.
It's a simple, I say simple bucket fill, but it's something that when we're not here, we may just take for granted. Is that I had a quick question and was able to run down the hall and actually walk into an open door office for Tasha and just ask something very simple that I just needed some clarification on. The ability to do that is great. And I just want to thank, the policy of having that in Tasha as a person, Tasha, that she's just really great and open and always willing to help us.
Awesome. Yeah. Julie back there. Okay.
My bucket fill is for Connie because she took 2 hours out of her day yesterday and sat down and went over, taught me how to do a CMA. And that was on top of a meeting that we had earlier, late last week. And it was just really great. I appreciate that so
Wow.
much. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. All right, great job, bucket fills. Added to the profit share downline. Does anybody here know how much money Valentine shared back with their agents that actually influenced someone to come join in all this craziness and fun? Anybody have any idea? In the past year, in 2024? Great question. Hold on to your seat. The #1 profit share market center in all of North and South Carolina, and in the top 10 in the country of over 800 market centers, you're part of it. And we gave back to agents almost $700,000. So a big congratulations to these people that know what's going on in this market center and the fact that they would love for others to come join us. We have Liz and Darren and myself right now really working with you to help bring on people that deserve an opportunity to experience what you're experiencing. So, we're certainly not perfect and we all have gaps that we can do better in. And we'd love to know what those are according to you and support to that conversation. And yet I'm so grateful for people that are saying, hey, it's pretty simple. Just come check us out. Just come check us out. We're not a fit for everyone, and we know that, but boy, howdy, we're a fit for a lot of people. And I want to thank you for being a part of that. So congratulations. These were people in December that influenced people to come be a part of us. And there's how much we gave back in just the month of December. You guys, it's amazing. It's really amazing. It gives me chills. Makes me emotional to be a part of something we call KWB that is so stinking special. So thank you. Thank you for all you do. Strategic partners, Carolina Gold. With Billy, where are you guys? There you go. There we go. And Teresa, stand up. Give them a hand. Woo-hoo. So here's the really cool thing about them. They have a lender-sponsored 2-1 buy down right now, where the lender pays for the buy down. And it's really cool. Obviously, there's some, qualifications for that. But what that means is that in year 1, the interest rate would be approximately 5.1%. Year 2, approximately 6.1%. And the thing I love about Carolina Gold and why I got in business with a strategic mortgage company partner is because they have options that sometimes just lenders do not have. They're a brokerage. They can expand the way they work with you and your clients. And they're going to be hanging around after the meeting today if you have any more questions about that. Teresa, anything you want to say specifically about that? Okay.
$6 a month less that first 12 months and almost 200 the second 12 months. So just super savings for people.
Yeah, really great. So I'm going to really encourage you to come to some of the workshops that they're talking about. This is what they're going to be talking about on their next workshop, which I believe is a week from tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
About 100% financing, this 2-1 buy down, payment assistance. You guys are constantly asking about that. And I love it when I see you walk into their office and have conversations about how we might better support you and your clients, okay? Billy, you had something you wanted to share related to this report?
Real quick, I know we're gonna be talking about listings later.
Yeah.
Later on in the meeting, sorry about that. If you're not familiar with list reports, and even if you are familiar with list reports, I'm gonna bet you're probably using about 10% of it. This is just a quick something I wanted to give a shout out to. This was something that we did for a gentleman, Ian, who was hosting an open house that the listing agent allowed him to host the open house in. So we were able to put together branded marketing for Ian for that property, featuring his information. So he was able to go door knock, hand out his information instead of somebody else's on a property, that he was hosting the open house in.
Thank you. It's a really cool tool, you guys. And if you've never utilized it or you're not aware of it, I think that's another thing just to connect with them. And Billy came to me and said, oh, we're getting really great, success and traction with this. We'd love to help people be more aware of it. So thank you for bringing that to me early this morning. Thank you. All right, here we go. Strategic partner, Carolina's Home and Auto. Lindsay, come on up. So again, strategic partners, they're a little bit different from our vendors. They're joint ventures. We do a little bit of different things with them. And again, a brokerage, not just one single company related to insurance. And here's what I'd say to you. Give it a shot. It might save your clients some money. And if they can't, they will tell you. Okay. Not a bad thing to check out for yourself or others. And I really appreciate the fact that, they're going to be honest with you. I had a home and they actually said, you need to stay with the company you're with right now. Because I'd had a previous claim, and that's I was like, okay, thank you for that. So Lindsay.
Hi, just wanted to give a quick testimonial on Jennifer Farnsworth in Carolina's Home and Auto Insurance. We've worked with them several times in the past. We have even had a conversation this week about a forever client, as we like to call them, that her insurance is getting ready to switch over. Jennifer called me. We kind of put our heads together to try to make something work to where her insurance isn't going to go up and she can stay with Jennifer with one of her vendors. And then we have a client closing in February and they shopped around, ended up with Jennifer, and she kind of went through her spiel and her process. And they said, wow, we're going to save money on our auto by bundling it with our homeowner's insurance. This is way less than we have found anywhere else. So always good. She takes care of your people.
Jennifer, stand up, please. So if you are interested in knowing more about the golden email and how that works, with your clients and the insurance opportunity, then again, get with Jennifer. She'll be here a little while after our team meeting. And again, you guys, we're partnering with strategic partners. So to better your client, I just want to say your client service opportunity. And if there's any feedback, good, bad, and ugly, as I say, please bring it to us. We're happy to hear about it and work to improve, every time we're servicing. All right, Heritage Title, Charlene, come on up. Another partner, and people go, well, why would you partner with Heritage Title? I can actually just tell you personally, on my personal home in the Durham market, there was a title issue. And my realtor was not using Heritage Title. And I asked her, I said, well, have you talked to Heritage? Or have you had your team leader OP help you and talk to Heritage? And she goes, oh my gosh, I forgot all about that. And she called and they had a solution, thank goodness, that worked, and kind of having that title company in their back pocket related to, I think it was a survey and an easement issue, really helped. And it personally helped me. So that's my own personal testimony. And we were able to get it closed. So again, a strategic partner that sometimes can troubleshoot for you when maybe you can't do it on your own. And Charlene and Jim have had a really great process to make sure that their attorneys understand that it's underwritten by Investor Title, which is amazing. And so again, I'm just giving you another opportunity, giving you more information about, well, how can you make sure that Heritage Title is there supporting you? So if you'll tell us how you guys utilize that process, I'd appreciate it.
Well, first of all, when Heritage Title, became,
you know, a trusted partner with us here in the office, we needed to think of, you know, how to be purposeful to be able to get this to our clients as a value add. So of course, Beth thought up the easiest way and created the process for us to do this. And that is, we put all of the title insurance forms in our buyer's consultation. So when we sit down and discuss everything with them, that's part of it. And, you know, she created it, she executes it. All we have to do is talk to them about it. And that's really pretty easy because, you know, we let them know, of course, that we have an operating partner that has interest. That's the whole purpose for the affiliated business form. That one's pretty simple, moves right along. And then we explain, you know, that Heritage Title is one of our valued partners here, and that yes, you know, title insurance is important because, you know, protecting their asset, the lender's going to require them to get title insurance, but that doesn't cover them personally. So having that personal policy is very important for protecting, you know, their new home, their largest asset. So we have in the past had something come up with either a lien, you know, on the title. That was no issue of our sellers with that, but because we brought Heritage in, and again, it was covered by investors, that got covered and the home was able to close and they were able to buy. So they're with Heritage Title. Also letting them know, again, it's important to bring to mind to them that Heritage Title is underwritten by Investors Titles, which is one of the larger companies in the U.S., and they're highly respected by a lot of our local attorneys. Our attorneys that we use love Heritage and Investors Title because they're easy to get in touch with the person and they're great to work with. They have a huge bank of attorneys that have nothing better to do than to protect our clients. And typically, once we explain that to them, they have no issues because it can also save them money, because if the home that they're looking at purchasing has ever been covered by Investors Title, they just tack on to that. It's less time for them researching and less money for our clients to spend on their title policy. Another thing is making sure they understand that it's only a one-time small amount to protect something for the time that they own their home. So it's just a really good deal. We don't have any issues with it. The process that Beth created is they'll sign all their documents then. When we go under contract for a home, she fills in the address and it goes to the attorneys with our contract. So it works really seamlessly.
Yeah. So you can line up in front of their office and Beth will take any questions that you might have about that. And thank you for being proactive and sharing that with us. Again, important things for us to look at. Another strategic partner. Here we go. Julia Designs. Come on up.
Hey everyone, as you know, my name is Leah. And I'm Jules. And we are your Market Center tech and marketing in-house partners. And first we want to start with telling you how you can take advantage of your free tech in-house resources. Now, before we get started, I just want to stress how valuable of a resource this is to have in-house. Jules and I have been doing this for 12 years, specifically with the KW technology. We've worked with 650 KW offices around the world with hundreds of thousands of KW agents. Right? I tell you all of this to let you know that your Market Center is so awesome that they brought us in-house to work with you for free. Right? Are you taking advantage of all of these resources that Jules is about to tell you about?
Yeah, so let's start with the time-sensitive tech help. So for time-sensitive tech help, we have the amazing Scott Leroy Marketing. So that is great for email support. So they respond back within like 10 minutes with either they do the task for you or a tip video on how to do it. Other than that, with time-sensitive quick questions, we are in the hub Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 12:30. So for example, that fun password command issue that came up, if you're like locked out of command or something like that, we will be in the hub so we can help you with that very quickly, very easily. Also, we have classes every Tuesday and Thursday in this room, 1 to 2 p.m. So on Tuesday, those are geared more towards new agents. And then on Thursday, we have the advanced tech, which is more geared towards top agents and admins, and is building on Tuesday's class a little bit. And then also, of course, our one-on-ones, you can book with us on kwbresources.com by clicking I need tech help in the top right corner. And we can break down your KW tech, but also your marketing as well. So we're here for tech and marketing.
And just to share with you a success story and give you a takeaway of what you can apply to your business by something that's working for our clients. Okay, Abby is not here today because I believe she's on a mission trip. Love that, Abby. But what she told us was that an agent in California stopped her. They sent her a referral and she asked, how did you get my name? And they selected from 10 different agents locally, found there by production, and looked at her social media. And it was her social media that instantly they called her for, right? So with social media, I know that tends to feel like a bit of an obstacle in your business as opposed to an opportunity. So this is your takeaway of what you can be applying to your business with social media in a very practical way, okay? Your goal is to post on Facebook and Instagram twice a week, okay? Now, if you don't already have it connected, you can post on one and it'll connect to both, okay? If that's not already done, I want you to jot down Book with Leah and Jules, KWB Resources, I need tech help on the top right. Other than that, so Facebook and Instagram is where you're posting. Other than that, you need to have a Google My Business page and a LinkedIn, okay? That's hitting the demographics of corporate America, hitting boomers, which can also buy houses at this time, okay? Google My Business page hits credibility. That's exactly what our social media does for our clients. Is that agent who's trying to refer a client here looked her up and knew instantly that credibility. She's a full-time, full-service real estate agent that he trusts referring his clients to. That's credibility. So again, the 3 main social platforms you should have, you should be posting on Facebook and Instagram, okay? You should have a Google My Business page and a LinkedIn. Both of those you don't really have to post on. If you need help setting that up, again, you know the resources now of how to get free tech help and marketing help in your market center. kwbresources.com. I need tech help on the top right. And ask about our gold package. Okay, that is what Abby is on. And many of our clients that get these effective results, 96% of our gold clients get a buyer or seller lead within 90 days of working with us, right? That's unbeatable. That pays for their entire marketing for the entire year twofold, right? So if you think that you can get one client based on your social media and email marketing with us, ask about our gold package. We'll tell you all about it and how it can be implemented in your business. Thank you.
So you guys, I'm watching some of your faces and some of you are like, and some of you are like, and both are okay, right? I want to bring to you in the first half of our meetings, some thoughts, some bigger thinking and some information about what's inside this market center. And if we don't continue to update you when we have this opportunity, many of you will not know, right? So however you receive that information is okay either way, and be curious, expand your thinking a little bit. You don't have to use any of these things that we're talking to you about. And why wouldn't you? There's all these other market centers inside Charlotte are not doing what we're doing. And by the way, if you have a great idea for us, bring it to us. I would love to continue to expand our support of you in any way we can. Okay, that's our goal, day in and day out. All right, PC program, Lebanon listings, it's happening. And there's going to be a focus on listings with all the PC clients. A thought, as we're all focused on listings kind of all the time. And yet, if you bring extra focus to that thought and that plan for you, sometimes you'll uncover success that you just didn't know was there, right? Coaches, stand up. Michelle, stand up. Let's give these coaches a hand. Woo! Thank you, guys. I just appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. I know you go above and beyond, you know, what is just in coaching. And I just want you to know that we're seeing a difference. We're seeing a difference in production. If you have any curiosity about internal coaching, we also have for new agent coaching, and then we have summit coaching. So both of those are really creating some really good results for our people. And you'll see a lot of excitement and stuff going on in the hub. So thank you, Michelle. Yes.
One thing, our balloon
Tasha.
wall, our Loving on Listings balloon wall is going up. Remember y'all, we had it last year at the office, that big old pink and all the different colors on. That's coming up next week, February 4th. They'll start building that wall. So all of you feel free to use that for your social media and promoting Loving on Listings any way you want. Whether you're part of the or not, it's there for everybody.
I love it. Is there anyone that did not put their business card in here that would like to? All right, Mark. Did you read that for me?
Monica Sprinkle.
Woohoo! So I didn't do this the last meeting, so I actually have two books. One is 10 Things You Need to Know About Land. And then the other one is Brene Brown. It's The Gifts of Imperfection. Anybody ever read that? Oh my goodness. You get to pick, dear. Congratulations. Yes, yes. All right, Tasha.
Hi, guys. Just a few quick reminders. One, in last team meeting, I mentioned the 770 sunsetting, no longer using that to make adjustments to your buyer agent commission. If your buyer agent commission has increased since you wrote your buyer agency agreement, we can no longer increase that commission. So the thing to think about when you're working with your buyer, doing your buyer agency agreement, what is the amount you want to work for? Is it 3%, 5%, 8%? Whatever that number is, it needs to be something you're comfortable with because you can't increase it down the road. Does that make sense to everybody? Even if the seller is paying more, you can't go up to what that seller is paying. So figure out what your number is.
I heard somebody got through.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so we're bringing you a value piece where we're seeing that potentially happening, and where we're just working really hard to protect you. And you know, you might not have done it intentionally. You might have. And the answer is no. Okay.
So don't do that.
All right.
Next thing on the list, and Lynn, I might need you to help me with this, but we have some deadlines coming up for your realtor dues, which are your association dues, end of the week. We have dues for Canopy, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. If your dues are not paid, we would need to unaffiliate you with Keller Williams, take you out of the system. You would no longer be in business. So any listings that you have would be transferred to another agent. Team leaders, if you have people on your team, you work that out with your team and decide if you want to transfer that to another team member or how you want to handle that. But for those members who have not paid, you can stop by my office, get with Lynn, look at the list that Sabre sent out, make sure your dues are paid. Canopy by 5 o'clock tomorrow. There you go. So you just lost 4 hours. That's right. You can't do it once they start tacking on those fees. That automatic amount is no longer there. So make sure you're making the call and paying it as need be, and that you have a receipt. If you get that receipt and the next day, 12 hours, 10 hours, make sure you're sending me, Lynn, or Sabre a receipt so that we have documentation that you paid and you're not taken out of the system.
By noon, okay? If you have any challenges or concerns, please get with Tasha or Lynn today. Today. All right, thank you for that reminder as well, Mark. Okay.
And that's it.
All right,
That's it for me.
perfect.
Thanks.
All right, here we go. All right, 201 Club. This is something that the region brings. It's virtual. We will stream it here in the Market Center. You can do it on your own, but I asked Liz just to remind us about this.
Yay. Okay. So I'm super excited to actually talk about this. So this is really exciting because as Brenda mentioned, it's a regional event. So Sydney Seymour, our regional tech trainer, is actually going to be part of this. She's going to be kind of leading you through this process and teaching you guys everything you need to know about how to do the activities to get your 201 or more contacts in your database. Because as we know, the models and the algorithms prove that with 201 or more contacts in your database, you can build a $100,000 business. So it's important to make those contacts, guys. add them into your database and then nurture and love on them. The really unique thing too is that Jules and Leah will be here and they will actually be helping you guys hands-on with facilitating that activity. So you guys will be in great hands. It'll be a lot of fun and we might even have some giveaways maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, thank you, thank you. Culture. When I say that word, what do you think of? Keller Williams. Keller Williams, sharing. We often talk about the Valentine difference. And I really believe that this piece is it. And we already heard this morning, sometimes I hear things you don't hear, but I heard, that's why I'm here. Or this place has made a difference. And I just want to bring this word to the forefront because it is win-win or no deal. It is integrity, do the right thing. It is about communicating. It is about caring. And what I know about this place is that we've done that at a really high level. Did we ever mess it up? Heck yeah, we do. And what I feel inside this market center is a sense of community that I haven't felt in a lot of other market centers. As a regional director, I was in, tons of market centers. I've owned tons of market centers, and I just have to keep reminding you what you have because it's pretty amazing. And it's amazing because of you, right? Amazing because of you. All right, next. Do you know your numbers? I know my numbers. I have 3 grandbabies and one on the way. And I know, and little Okie right there. So Trenton on the end, he's 9, and then Okie is 4.5, not 4, 4.5. And then little Augie's 2.5. And I went to get my nails done, and Okie says, Grandma, go get indigo for me. Not blue, indigo. And Augie says, Grandma, Geen. And so I did. And I came home. And so I just want you to know that your favorite color is also Augie and Trenton's favorite color. It's green. It's green. So why would I say that? I know that you can't see this very well, but I want you to look at this. I just said the culture in this place is different. Who you're in business with matters. And when I look at our market center and I look at our numbers compared to the region and compared to Keller Williams across the country, it's very, very exciting. So I want to give you a few numbers. And by the way, why would I take a little bit of time and give you these numbers? Can you use them? Please say yes. You can use them in your listing appointments. You can use them in your marketing. You can use them in a way that positions you. And by the way, if your numbers aren't like this, you can use these numbers. You're a part of this market center. If your numbers are better, use yours. That we have thresholds in the region that say, these numbers are important. So I want you to know that in our year-to-date numbers, our listings were up 38.4%. You ever thought about what Gary Keller says, that with every great listing, you can get a couple of potential buyers out of that? I don't know. Jay, do you think that's still true? Yeah, 38.4%. KWRI was only up 23% and the region was only up 24%. Who you're in business with matters. Listings sold. Our listings sold are up 14.6%. The region was down, KWRI was down 1.3% and the region was down 5.8%. Keller Williams Valentine is selling more of the listings they're taking. We've been talking about pricing ahead of the market. We've been talking about so many things and bringing you value about how to make that happen. Who you're in business with matters. Contracts written. We are up 8.4%. KWRI is down 4.7% and the region is down 5.5%. Are more of our people doing business? Yes. And guess what? Our goal's 10. So we're a little bit under goal. We're not hitting every goal, but that's what's happening with our our contracts written. Closed GCI. I love this so much. Closed GCI. Whose money's that? Up 11% year to date inside this market center. The Keller Williams International is down 0.50%, and the region is down 0.20%. Company dollar, that's the amount of money that is given to the market center to pay bills and do all the other things that we do. Our company dollar is up 6.3%. What's the goal? 10%, so we're a little under. However, KWRI is down 4.3 and the region's down 4.1. More people doing deals. By the way, coaches, you've had a big impact on that. Productivity coaching has really helped that. Rainmakers, your team members, you've helped us. New agents, you've helped that. Experienced agents, you've helped that. You guys are getting focused on your business. And then finally, I said a while ago, our profit share, almost $700,000, is up 6% over last year. I don't know if you guys know what a big deal that is, but it's a big deal. KWRI is down 18% and the region is down 19.6%. Do you know your numbers? Numbers tell a story, and they allow us to see where our opportunities are and where we're succeeding. So just so you know, for our market center, in our 4 conversations, appointments, gross, net, and profit, we are at 74, these are year to date, % of our appointments, almost 104% of our gross goal, almost 292% of our net goal, and 96.67% of our profit goal. Where market centers all across the country are struggling, you guys are succeeding in a way that most are not. So give yourself a hand. I really love that. And you've got to be intentional and purposeful, with your business and your strategic thinking and your plan. All right. Thank you. Panel, come on up, please. I want to thank our Agent Leadership Council from 2024. I know, panel, come on up, please. I know how time intensive this commitment is, and I know how much this group gave to our market center in 2024. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. If you were on the 2024, no, Jenny, you can stand back there. Not that panel, not a panel. We're recognizing you though. So if you were on the 2024 ALC, will you please stand? 2024 ALC, if you were on the stand. Woohoo! 2025 ALC, if you're on the 2025 ALC, will you please stand? Woohoo! All right. So, thank you for your commitment. By the way, today, our vendor guests are going to be out there, 5-star home inspections and Hornet moving. So in our vendor program, they're going to be here today to also visit with you, along with the strategic partners, if you have any questions. Are you in my way? Here we go. Leads, listings, leverage. Okay. You want to start with it? You know what? Y'all are gonna laugh at me. I didn't bring my phone in, and it has the questions on it. So I have the questions. Thank you so much. Because I thought, well, I'm not gonna bring my phone in. I don't need it. All right. Anybody ever heard of the 3 L's? Did you say yes, someone? Yeah. Leads, listings, leverage, a big thing with GK. So that's Gary Keller. And so I asked these guys to come and just share. And here's what I promise you. You will take at least one thing from this panel today that you can implement in your own business. Because you know why I know that? Because that's my goal. And I know how valuable the things that they're doing are impacting their businesses. And so I promise you, and I don't care what business you're in, you will learn something from them. Here's the first question. Tell us a little bit about your lead generation habits and plans. Tell us a little bit about that. Jay, you can start. We'll just come right down.
So my lead generation has really shifted from being production focused to being talent focused. But on our team, we have a really comprehensive lead generation model where agents can select, but we ask everybody, sphere of influence, right? You should bring sphere of influence and do business with people that know you, love you, and trust you. You should do open houses because they provide leads that are lower down the funnel, that are closer to doing transactions. You should do prospecting, outbound prospecting, calling people that are demonstrating that they're interested in talking about real estate. And then on our team, on the other side of our model, it's team generated leads as well. So that's what we teach.
Okay, awesome. Love that. It's a schedule, right? A schedule and habits. All right. Who's next?
Okay, so my name's Heather Skinner.
Oh, sorry, I should have done that.
That's okay.
Name down on the
I'm Jay White.
why. All right. And give us your name when you go. So,
Okay.
good idea.
So I'm Heather Skinner. Most of you know me, and I do all of my business through farming. I have a 2,500 home farm that I farm, and last year I closed 41 homes, and 40 of those 41 were from my farm, either directly or indirectly. Our leads literally are just loving on our people. Last year it clicked for us when we were trying to find more contacts to put into our database. My MAPS coach said, "You already have your entire farm in your database. Why aren't you just working them?" And I realized every person that lives in my farm has their own sphere of influence. So I just started loving on them and pouring into them. And we do a lot of community events, giving back, pouring into our folks, our neighbors, and really just showing them that we care. And we're the first thing that they think of whenever they know somebody that's wanting to buy or sell. We host a lot of our own homes in our farm. And that way, when we have all these unrepresented buyers coming in, we are the ones getting those leads as well. But majority of the time, I get sellers from my open house because the neighbors want to stop in and they see that I'm hosting. So they come and talk to me. So.
Region, habits, schedule.
Brandy Williams. So for me, my lead gen schedule starts more with self-care. And I really focused on that this year. So I start off my day with working out and reading and doing the things for me until 9 o'clock. And I found that that helps with my lead gen. One, I have more energy. Two, I'm not dreading what I have to do after lead gen. And then I get to call people and talk about just life. Most of my database, people I know, people that know, love, and trust me. And so I'm calling them, I'm texting them, and I'm interacting with them on social media. And that's
Is there
generation.
in particular, like when you're calling them that you're talking about on your lead gen?
So I talk more about them than lead generation. What's going on in your life? How are things going? How are the kids? How's work? I saw this on social media. I focus more there. And then the real estate conversation usually just comes, or it doesn't happen at all. But then they send me somebody, oh, this person mentioned buying a house. So I don't really focus on who do you know looking to buy, sell, or invest.
Okay, love that. All right.
I'm Sherry Horn, and my lead gen looks a lot like Heather's. I do quite a bit of farming. I have a listing appointment later today as a result of farming. I had a listing appointment yesterday as a result of farming. And pop buys, I do a lot of those every now and again. I did one back to three Februarys ago. Everyone that I had sold to the previous year, I had a coffee mug made and had my logo put on it. And then I had a hot cocoa bomb made and inserted and just, put it in a plastic sleeve and hand delivered it to everyone I had sold a house to the last year. And everybody absolutely loved those.
So that's a pop by, right? Okay, love that. Talk to us a little bit about lead follow-up, because here's what we know. It doesn't matter how many lead opportunities you have. I've always believed, you guys, and you can reaffirm this or not, that the magic's in the follow-up. Because if you're not following up and if you're not taking care of what you just generated, it's not going to go very far, or very, very few of them will go very far. So what do you do for follow-up, and how important is that in your thinking and what you share either with your team or yourself? Sherry, go ahead and start with this. Oh, you don't want to? All right. Okay, that's fine. Who wants to start? Follow-up. What do you do for follow-up? I love it. All right, Jay.
Yeah. So we talk about the 3 success principles in real estate, right? Say the right things, say them enough times, and have enough people to say them to. Your first job is to get people into your database. And then your second job is how to communicate to them when they're ready to do something. There's a saying that you don't matter until you matter. What that means is you can't make someone buy or sell that's not ready to buy or sell. But when they're ready to buy or sell, it's whoever's in front of them with mind share. And so our tech platform helps us bucket these people by whether they're buying or selling and what their time frame is. And then we've got rhythms on how often to communicate with them, what to say. And then recently we've just added an AI assistant that's actually, the crazy part is we can push a button. We're seeing the conversations that our AI is having with them, and we're modeling those in our follow-up because our AI can take it to an appointment now, which is pretty insane.
So a follow-up, it's a system and it's consistent.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing there.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Heather, follow-up.
So our follow-up, first of all, this was our weak point for several years, and last year we really focused on it. We needed to see those names that we needed to follow up in front of us every single day. And I have a fantastic assistant, Megan, and she reminds me every day who I need to follow up with. And she will ask me every day, did you call them? Did you email them? Did you touch base with them? Same thing as Jay, though. If they're not buying until 6 months from now, we have a set standard of when we call them, when we contact them. If it's somebody that says I'll buy or sell within a year, 2, 3 years, we're sitting here just kind of saying, hey, I saw this house that matched exactly what you were looking for. You may not be ready to buy, but I just didn't want this to pass you by if it's the perfect home. So we're just letting them know that they are top of mind for us. The last thing we want is them reaching out to us first for follow-up. We always want to be the one that touches base with them first.
I would say for follow-up, I think ABCs, so always be closing is one, but then the ABCs of are you,
That again, ABC.
ABCs always be closing. But then I also think of A buyers are like 1 to 3 months. So those people need a different cadence of follow-up than somebody that is 3 to 6 months or somebody that's 6 to 12 months or 12 months plus. So I've really leaned heavily into technology and letting that remind me of who to follow up with when. Somebody that is 12 months out, they're still going to get drips. They're still going to get information from me. But somebody that's 1 to 3 months, I'm talking to them at least twice a week. So really finding your cadence and then using automation and technology to have reminders in the event that you don't have an assistant to put it in front of your face every day. Because I do agree, it needs to be like right here. Who do I need to call?
This is a little bit more difficult question for me, I guess, because I think it just comes such second nature to me because I have been doing real estate for so long. And I very rarely lose repeat business. Since I've joined KWB in 2020, I've only had one client that I would not want to call me back. So I think of that as a win. If you're not using your smart plans, the biweekly neighborhood is what I use. And I've got 4,200 people in my database and they get that every 2 weeks specific to their neighborhood or a neighborhood they would like to be in. Social media, and I'll touch more on that on the next question.
Okay,
I'll do that one.
wonderful. That's great. So you've all mentioned it just a little bit, but you've talked about your database. I like to say data bank. I've heard Tony DeCello and Gary Keller and top people all over the country talk about that your database is your gold. It's the bank of gold, right? And that it's what you have. It's what you nurture. It's what will bring you, as all of you said, that initial business, that referral, repeat business. And so I think I said this last time, but NAR says about 85% of the people, probably higher than that, would use the same realtor that they'd used in the past, but they don't remember their name or they don't know how to get in touch with them. You've heard systems. You've heard follow-up, you've heard lead gen. Now talk to us a little bit about your database and how you feel that is your gold nugget and the data bank. You shared a little bit about the touches, but explore and expand on anything else related to that database that's been meaningful for you in growing your business. I think, Jay, we'll just start with you.
So we've got about 60,000 people in our database, and it's growing all the time. Each one of our agents has their own account, and then we've got group accounts. We call those ponds. And our focus is 2 focuses, but as a business, our focus is how often can we turn over our entire database? So if we've got 60,000 people in the database and we want to turn it over every 3 months, we've got to have about 15,000 calls a month, and that gets us to 3 or 4 month turns. That kind of makes sense. So the challenge is not everybody's as important as everybody else. And so your technology has to show you, hey, here's the priority of who we need to be calling. So like who's on our website looking at houses, who's opening market reports, who have we, who's in our pipeline as a hot nurture watch, and what kind of cycle are those people on? Meaning, have I talked to them every week or every 30 days or every quarter? And then our sphere of influence is on a different rhythm as well. So it's interesting. I think there's a lot of people that go, well, just call people. And that sounds okay until you have any sort of scope on your database, any sort of size in your database. And then it gets really difficult to manage. So you've got to have systems and priorities on who I need to be having conversations with, because there are people who are a lot closer to commissions than other people.
Love that. Love that.
So we have 3,400 people in our database, and our goal is always to have a full contact card. We want everyone's email address, social media account, phone number, everything. We want everything we could possibly know about every single person in our database. Right now we have 1,200 full complete contacts in our database, and our goal every year is to complete more and increase that number. Our database is pretty much our farm. So we know that we should have 2,500 addresses in our database. And then when we sell a home, we are automatically putting that new buyer into our database, and we're working on getting their contact information. So anytime that we host an event or we're doing something for the community, our goal is to capture those people that we don't have. Also, it lets us know who is not seeing us on social media, who's not getting our text messages, who's not getting our emails. So now we know who we need to mail. So we're very clear on who we've met, who we've not met, and what we need for each person in our database and how to work it.
Great. Love it. Ready?
So for me, my database is now 2,803 people because I finally uploaded my phone into Command. And it took all the duplicates out and all that fun stuff. So now I'm in the process of updating. Love birthday person. I think anybody that knows me knows I'm a birthday person. That is the first thing. I acknowledge someone. I actually find that when you acknowledge their birthday and try to be first to tell them happy birthday. So again, if you set up an automation 7 days before their birthday, send them a text, happy early birthday. If you don't have their phone number, send them a message on Facebook if you're friends with them. But that happy early birthday is a little bit better and more fun than 5 million people texting them on the actual day. So that's where I start birthdays and just kind of and then building from there and growing the database. Kids' names, pets' names, favorite team, sports. So if I know you're a Carolina fan, then that's a conversation that we get to have. So just getting more information about people past just the basics so that you can have more in-depth conversations.
So what do you think? I love that. So what do you think happened when I threw that picture up there that we took over the holidays with my 3 grandkids, and you guys went, oh, what do you think happened to me? Yes, it was like, oh, they see my grandbabies and they're like, oh, so it's the same thing I do with Trey, right? I mean, if you ever want to have a conversation about dogs and crazy stuff that dogs do, Heather is your person. I'm telling you right now. So she's got, Jay, have you seen videos of her dogs?
Great day.
I've seen one, yeah.
Okay, well, that's an assignment for you. I mean, it's the craziest thing you've ever seen. So, you guys, that's about us, being human with each other, right? And it truly is the heart part of it, right? So I love that. All right, Sherry.
Okay. Talking a little bit more on birthdays. I know I shared this with the Bold group last year. I have my assistant every single morning go into Facebook and send everybody that has a birthday that day, not on their wall on Facebook, but on their DM, happy birthday, and also use a lot of emojis. Hope you're having a great birthday. What are your big plans for today? At least 50 or 60% of the people that you message are going to message you back something, thanks, or even just a thumbs up or whatever. But they're going to get a conversation out of you then. And it's, very purposeful. Everybody loves their birthdays. And then I also have my assistant, it looks like it's from me, handwrite birthday cards to everybody in my database, and those go out like a week before, and we set it up on the smart plan so it reminds you to send it. Then they also get a follow-up text on the day of their birthday as well.
Did you hear a couple of bucket fills today on handwritten notes?
Mm-hmm.
It means something. It really does. And so I love that, I love that you do that. Okay. All right. I have one more question for them, but I'm going to pause for a minute. I'd love some questions from you. If something, kind of triggered something from you, or even an aha. So I'm going to open up the floor and then we'll come back and wrap it up. What questions? Yeah.
Kind of a question. First of all, y'all all have great information, and being an agent's been in business a while, just hearing it over and over, it never gets old. And it reminds us of the things that we all know we need to do. One of the things I've done that's been really helpful is this time of year, people doing their taxes, I send out their CD from when they purchased last year, so they don't have to go dig when they do their taxes. And that's been really good on feedback.
That's awesome. You guys do that? Yeah, love it. Perfect. Great. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else? Yeah.
Specific marketing do you do to your farm, other than phone calls and stuff?
So as far as marketing to my farm, first of all, on my Facebook, on the farm Facebook page, I do not market myself at all. I am just very human. When somebody needs help, I stand up, and when there's information to be had, I provide it. I try to inform everybody about what's going on in the community, what's going on in the town that we all live in. What I did was I actually friend requested everybody in my farm Facebook page. So when I do my marketing on my personal page, they're seeing that, and it's not just to the farm. On top of that, when we host our open houses, we are over the top with our signs. We make sure that we're knocking on 25 doors around that open house. And then we're also sending you have a new neighbor card when that house closes. And there have been times where people said, okay, I get it already. I've received 6 of these in the last 3 months. I need to sell my house with you. I get it, so we're trickling it like that, but we have a lot of events. So like we have an event coming up. It's our spring cleaning event where we offer discounted services from our vendors. Doesn't cost us anything, but we're marketing to our clientele in our farm because we're having them sign up for something that's going to benefit their house. We also pay HOA dues every January and July. It's a big drawing. So once again, it's just putting our name out there to be helpful. It's not so much marketing ourselves directly. I do. I live in my farm. Mhm.
Love it. Great questions. Here and then back over there. Yes.
My name is Manmohan. I recently joined PW Valentine here. I know, looking at your database and everything, that it's pretty good, pretty long time in the market, but the market has been changed when you're starting as a broker, and now it's different. But if you are a new PV, the current market, what is the one thing that you do?
Love that.
Exactly what the kind of like say, inside to the, and I'm not sure how many of everyone is a pretty experienced here, right? I'm the only newbie here. So that's gonna give us a kind of insight to everyone. I mean, even for experienced people also have a different thoughts, right? So
Great question. Yeah.
one that you do.
The one thing, Sherry.
Okay.
Anyone.
Yeah, no, I would say open houses. Honestly, I'm doing open houses in order to generate leads because we have a lot of unrepresented buyers right now coming to open houses. That's free money. We have at least, a minimum of 4 people. If you do an open house right, you'll have traffic. So it's not just put a sign out there, show up at the open house and think you're just gonna have a ton of people walk through the door. So really understanding how to do a 7-level open house. And you can really score a lot of new leads.
I love that. And I also think the answer is it depends. It depends on what's the size of your sphere of influence. Do you have money set aside that you want to do marketing with? There's more that goes into it than just what we think, right? It depends on what kind of business you want to run, what that looks like. Again, somebody that's lived in Charlotte for 20 years and knows hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people really well, you might have a different answer than somebody that just moved here and doesn't have that sphere of influence. Does that kind of make sense? I joined real estate right when the market crashed. So I understand what you're saying. I remember Thomas Elrod and I sitting on the dialers calling expireds because that was the easiest way for us to get in front of people who wanted to sell. That's not as easy to do now as it was then. TCIP laws and all that kind of stuff has changed. But dude, our goal was to talk to 100 people a day. I still think that's a really good goal for a new agent, but you got to figure out how you're going to talk to 100 people a day. Does that make sense?
Love that.
I would say I definitely agree. It does depend. I also think that first you have to know what are your strengths, what are you bringing to the table. One of the things I like to do at Ignite, and I'm guessing I'm going to see you there tomorrow, is talk about your past career and what are your strengths from that career. So everybody did something before real estate, even if you just graduated from college. Like that's going to show something about your character. Really hone in on that to the people that already know you and how can that benefit them in real estate. So I came from a sales background, so I could talk about sales. I could talk about like scripting wasn't hard for me. However, somebody that's a teacher, you know how to manage chaos. Like there are things about you that you can turn as a focus and a strength in real estate and start marketing that. Social media is free. Media is also very inexpensive leads that are further up the funnel. But if you're trying to grow that database, I would start there. What are your strengths? How can you market that to people in regards to real estate?
I took a few years off in real estate, and when I came back in 2020, I joined KWB. I didn't have any listings. If you don't have a coach, you need a coach. Even though I had been out of the business for 6 or 7 years, I felt like so much had changed that I needed a coach. Jessica Pegg was absolutely amazing, and I was the star client, of course. I learned a lot. I really did, because forms change and this and that, but a great way for new agents to get listings. And I even did this. I didn't have any listings. So I took other people's listings and advertised them with permission, of course, on my social media. And I even did some low cost paid ads through through Command. And those are people that are actually looking at buying or selling. So, you've got them in your database, then you can put them on the biweekly nurture or however, whichever one you choose to do. Give them a call, send them an email, send them a text, just simple stuff. It doesn't have to cost a lot to bring you business. Open houses, FSBOs, expires, all those things.
Love it. Last question, Sharon. I love that. All right, if you could leave them with one word today, this wasn't on their question, so I'm putting them on the spot here. If you could leave them with one word, what would it be? And by the way, give them a hand. Amazing. Amazing.
Can it be hyphenated? Show up.
Show up. Show up. Yeah.
Mine's going to be intentional. Sorry. I'll share it with you. I know. I feel like you have to know what your intention is behind everything you do.
Love it. Yours can be the same, but you can add to it.
Mine is definitely persistence.
I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to say honesty. Be honest in who you are, be intentional in who you are, but be honest in who you are, and that will attract the people that you want.
Yeah. Mine's going to be resilience. Okay. I think that's a biggie. And I think that's applicable professionally and personally. Resilience. Love all of those words. Thank you guys so much. All right, so we have one last thing to do today. You guys can have a seat real quick. I know many of you have had this kind of angst and this sadness along with me when Teresa decided to step down. And by the way, what a wonderful 3 years, right? With her leadership, and give her a hand. I think Sharon left. Just so amazing. And I loved so much working with her. And I understand that commitment, and I understand her family and all of that sort of thing. So I've been on the hunt to find that replacement. And can I just tell you, it's not the easiest thing to do for us. We've talked about all the great things related to KWB, and we want that high energy, right? Leader. We want that person that understands our models. And I have to tell you that today, finally, I get to announce to you that we do have a new team leader. They will be available to us and be relocating here in March. Very successful individual coming from a very large market center, in fact, just a tiny bit larger than us, has done an amazing job. And I just could not be more excited than to share with you today that our new team leader is Robin Henry.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there we go. We can now. So again, it just gives me chills and so excited. And yes, many of you know her, right? Oh, yeah. And those of you that don't, you will. She's going to come and be such a great partner and powerhouse with us and for us, and super excited. All right, Robin, your turn.
Oh my gosh, you didn't say I had to talk, but thank you, Brandy. I see you in the chat. I'm so excited to, yes, come home. Finally, most of you, those that know me know that I started my real estate career back into real estate in 2014 with the Valentine Market Center. And so I could not be more excited to finally come home. And it's a bittersweet thing because I'm in Kansas City right now in Overland Park, and I'm a co-team leader with my business partner here, and we built just an amazing market center here. And Brenda reached out. I think it was truly a God thing because I had my first grandbaby. My baby had a baby, and I was visiting over Christmas. And the Johns family here in Kansas City, they are so gracious. They fly me back whenever I need a family fix or a friend fix. And yet holding that baby, I just was really struggling. And Brenda had reached out to my OP doing the cultural right thing and asked if she could talk with me. And it was just everything aligned perfectly when it was such a blessing to hear from Brenda and to talk about this opportunity to come back home and run your market center. And I am just so excited. So thank you all for trusting me to lead your market center. Teresa is not only a fabulous leader, she's also, I consider her a friend, and I'll be leaning on her a lot probably for any questions that I have. And I've already met your investment group, just an amazing group of people. And again, I feel so incredibly honored to come back home and lead Valentine. What questions do you have for me?
I'm thinking about you because you guys, it is tough to leave people that you've been around, for almost 3 years and you're building with. So, but I couldn't be more excited about this opportunity to really work with Robin, and I think it's going to be so much fun, and we're gonna really benefit, and we think you will too. So we're looking forward to it. Are you there? I think she might be. Okay.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, glad you're coming. How's that? All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. So excited.
I don't think there's any better way to end the meeting today. So, guess what? We want you to help us grow. We were 76% of our appointments. And if you really want to grow that profit share like we talked about, just get with Robin and Darren and Liz, and let's grow this family to continue to be amazing. Connie?
May I just say, I've had the honor of knowing Robin for over 30 years. Our girls were actually ice skaters together. Very, very good. Love, love, love. We were also a team together here at Keller Williams. And Robin, and I've said this to Leisha, I said, when I found out we were getting a new team lead, did I not tell you, I wish they talked to Robin, because Robin has so much energy, and this is what continual, like Teresa, powerhouse energy. This is what Robin has, and that power to bring people together, and y'all are going to love her. Great choice.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Connie. Yeah, I will tell you, Connie, well, Sue and Connie. So your front desk, Sue, I walked into Keller Williams and Sue said, you must be Robin. She walked me around the market center. She said, Connie is on the phone, but walk me around the market center after I had literally interviewed every other brokerage. By the way, those other brokerages, they don't talk to you when you're there. And it was amazing to me. I thought that our agents were being paid to like talk to me and be kind and stand up and be excited that I was joining the Market Center. And then of course, Connie was the reason that I ultimately joined, and I just loved our team. And then, I ended up moving into leadership. I went to Greensboro in the Burlington area and started into leadership in 2016. But without Connie and her belief in me, there were times when Connie and I were in the office till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd come back the next day and Connie would be in the same dress because she never went home. So we had the same work ethic, a little crazy work ethic, but I'm just so grateful for you, Connie, and everything that you've done to help me in my career and now in leadership. So very, very blessed to know you.
Can you read the name, please? Dave DeSilva.